You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Is your pet stressed out? Does your pet need annual vaccines? Which pet is best for a child? Would you know if your dog was in pain? Pet Life Radio presents The Pet Doctor, where you'll learn everything about keeping your pet healthy and happy. From pet care, pet meds and grooming, to pet food, pet insurance, and dental care, this is the place to find out everything there is to know about pet wellness. Whether you have a dog, cat, reptile, or rabbit, you'll find answers for your pets straight from the vets, because it's your pet. Health matters. Please welcome your Pet Doctor host, veterinary media consultant and veterinarian, Dr. Bernadine Cruz.
It's one of mankind's strongest and most enduring passions, our love affair with cats and dogs. We've been sharing our homes with these critters for thousands of years. Now there's a way to share your fervor for fur with friends. Say that 3 times fast. Have some fun and add some funds to your bank account. My guest is Roger Morgan. He is the genius behind the newly launched one-of-a-kind company. It's unique in its approach for customized nutrition to its method of educating and empowering pet parents. Before I begin today's interview, I want to be fully transparent and disclose that I am on the advisory board for Pawtree and a Pet Pro member. I'll talk more about this as our chat progresses. So, sit, stay, and be social. We'll be right back after this short break.
Please have a seat in the waiting room. The doctor will be with you shortly, right after these messages.
Petco, where the pets go. Petco, where the pets go.
Pet Life Radio has tail-wagging, fur-flying, fabulous deals for our listeners from Petco. Get $6 off your order of $60 or more and up to 40% off the entire Petco site. That's right. But that's not all. Because you're a Pet Life Radio listener, you'll also get free shipping on your order of $49 or more. $6 off, up to 40% off, and free shipping from Pet Life Radio and Petco. To get these awesome deals, go to petcodeals.com. That's petcodeals.com.
Petco, where the pets go.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Welcome back to the Pet Doctor on Pet Life Radio with Dr. Bernadine Cruz. The doctor is in, and we'll see you now.
Roger, thanks for being with us. This, I have to admit, is an exciting company. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dr. Bernadine.
Being an entrepreneur right now in this economic environment must be extremely challenging. So starting a company like this that's so different, what's your business background? Why did you decide that America's pet parents needed Pawtree?
It's interesting. I've spent my career in business, and I have an MBA, and I have a CPA, and I've enjoyed kind of the book Smarts of Learning. But I've also been the CEO of a pet products company for the last 10 years, and it gave me really great insight to the pet parents and the things that are working and the things that aren't working. And I just came up with many ideas over the course of that time and saw that there was a better way to do things that really hadn't been done before. And that's what took me to the desire to launch Pawtree, which was something that would really solve multiple needs on multiple levels in a very fun, very fresh, very exciting way that's never been done before.
One of the things that is so unique, besides the products, I am a pet parent besides being a veterinarian, and must admit, I sometimes dang, I ran out of food, or I go to the pet store and look at products, and even myself with my background, looking at some of the products that are out there, it's like, I think this is good. I'm not really sure. You're addressing those things. If you could first talk about where are you finding these products?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you first that this really is what I call a story of unconditional love. And what I mean by that is you can think about it from the standpoint of when we were all infants, we had caregivers, people who would take care of us and make certain decisions for us. Usually that was a parent, that would be a parent in when we're a child, and they'd make decisions including our nutrition choices. And as we get older and we mature, we're able to make those decisions for ourselves. But our pets count and depend on us their entire lives to make those nutrition choices for us. And so what we wanted to do is create a method and approach that would allow pet parents to get incredible nutrition, and not just the quality of nutrition, but also the peace of mind at knowing that they're doing the right thing for their pets. And that's really the breakthrough in what we have developed here. And I can tell you more about that in a minute, but to answer your specific question, we, being from the pet industry for a long time, I attend trade shows all around the world, literally, and we've partnered with the best suppliers, the best partners to come up with a product line that's really incredible. And from a food and nutrition perspective, all of our products are made right here in the USA, and that's one of our pot-free promise criteria. We just, everything that has to do with pets nutrition, we take very, very seriously and partner with only the best and make everything right here in the U.S.
I know at the hospital, my clinic, I'm really known as the fat queen. You walk through the door, and if your cat or dog is a little on the pudgy side, it's like, uh-oh, Dr. Cruz is going to get you. Because I find nutrition and keeping a pet at a healthy weight is so important and is so difficult for people to realize whether or not their pet's overweight. You see your pet every day. If you take your dog to the dog park, you can go, hey, my dog doesn't look that fat because look at that Labrador over there. It's fatter than mine. And my usual smart remark is, if you want to look skinny, have fat friends. How is Pawtree taking into account these pets' life stages, lifestyles, making sure that what they're getting is most appropriate for them?
That is really the genius of what we're doing, and it really is the heart of it, which is a customized nutrition plan for each unique pet. So let me tell you how that works. It's just been amazing as we've gone out and talked to people all around the country and got people signing up on this program. It's really amazing the impact that we're having on pets' lives and the quality and the health of their lives, but also on the pet parents who are for the first time really feeling good about what they're doing for their pets and knowing that they're doing the right thing and not feeling so confused. And so what typically happens in traditional, retail stores, you go into the store and try to find the right thing. And I have found that pet parents are generally extremely desirous to do the right thing for their pets. They really want to do the right thing, but most people really struggle to know what the right thing is. And so when you go into a typical store and you see all these choices that you're faced with, and you know your pet well, but you see different things on different packages that relate to your pet, knowing which one, you've got to make a decision on one of those products, it can be really overwhelming. And so what we do, we take all that guesswork out of it. So we have a pet profile, a system on our website that a pet parent can go online and create a profile about their pet, including all of the things that you mentioned, age, gender, weight, activity level, breed, allergies, etc. And based on the information that the pet parent provides, we then recommend one of our proprietary pet food recipes, as well as the proper supplements or vitamins or treats that would go along with that pet food recommendation, and then serve that up as one recommendation to the pet parent. They can choose to accept it all or modify it as they wish, and then that ships directly to the door, and we set up an easy ship cycle that ships as frequently as that particular pet needs it. So it's an amazing concept that really does take the guesswork out. And what I've heard people say over and over is, even if they know their dog might be a little overweight or a little underweight or have this issue or that issue, trying to combine all of it into the one right food and the one right plan, again, can be very overwhelming. And so what we are embarking upon is really empowering pet parents by educating them and then taking the guesswork out by providing through this algorithm a recommendation based on the needs of that particular pet.
I know that I'm on your advisory council and am not responsible for the formulation of food because that is such a scientifically taxing job. Who do you have Is it a particular group? Is it a veterinarian, nutritionist? Who's put this together for you? Because it is so critical to have the right nutrients for your particular pet. Because it really does make a difference if it's the 5-pound poodlette or the 95-pound Great Dane.
That's right. No, it's a very, very serious matter, and when you take pets' nutrition into your hand, it's something that you take seriously, and I've absolutely partnered with the finest and brightest in the space for creating pet products and developing pet foods. And so we have a whole team of people, beginning with our PhD in animal science and pet nutrition, who has spent over 20 years in formulating pet foods across a variety of different types and styles, and just a genius, truly wonderful, wonderful resource. And then in addition, we have members of our veterinarian council who also have developed and weighed in and provided input on the food recipes and how many recipes we need to cover the breadth of the various pets that are out there. We've also, part of the group that has put all of this together is we've got an incredibly talented and experienced manufacturing facility with a head of manufacturing that has manufactured pet foods for over a decade. And then we've partnered with the finest ingredient suppliers as well, including the palatants, the raw materials, etc. So it really takes, you've heard it, it takes a village to raise a child. It really takes a village to put together a concept as complete, as balanced, as nutritious, and as efficacious as what we've done, and we really couldn't be happier with the quality of the product.
Roger Morgan of Pawtree right now, you're also talking about the sourcing of the products, and that, I know, is such a concern. Several years ago, with the melamine issue of animals being poisoned, many of them killed from products that were coming from China. Our own foods are coming from throughout the world, and sometimes it's hard to know the quality. Now, you were stating that these products are sourced solely in the United States, and then your manufacturing is here in the United States, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we just really take the high road there and have decided that, not that there probably aren't some suppliers that are outside of the U.S., but we have just drawn a line in the sand on that one and said there are certainly enough really high-quality suppliers, manufacturers, partners in the U.S. that we don't ever intend to go outside of the U.S. for any product that is one of our nutrition or health products. So it's just our treats, our supplements, our pet food. All of it is 100% U.S. made, and we actually proudly print that on the package. A lot of companies are starting to do that, but we've got a logo that we print and proudly display on the packaging, and it's also one of the elements of our Pawtree Promise. We have a promise that kind of outlines the various things that we commit to in all of our health and nutrition products, and one of those is that it's made in the USA. That's one of many. A couple of the other elements of our promise that go back to the quality of what you're talking about is that real meat is always the first ingredient in our pet food, and you'll find a lot of pet foods on the market today that use fillers or other sources to get protein content up for the pets, and we just don't go that way. We take a real high road. Real meat's always the first ingredient. We use no poultry byproducts, no chicken beaks and chicken feet and things like that are used quite commonly in a lot of pet foods. We don't do that. We use no corn, no wheat, no soy. All of our recipes are grain-free. It's all natural, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. It's developed by a veterinarian, and then the exclamation mark is that it's all made in the USA.
And you're talking about things that were printed on the bag. I have to admit, this has to have the awe factor to it, that you actually put the photo of the pet on the bag, so Bella knows this is Bella's food. And isn't it named Bella's Food also?
Yeah, that's a real fun novelty that really gets a lot of a great reaction from folks. So, not only is the quality of the food unmatched, and the customization that really helps people find the right food and nutrition plan for their pet, and all of that is very serious and scientific and very carefully, meticulously developed. But the fun part that we kind of layer on, because we really also are all about fun and, again, that human-animal bond and really celebrating the lives of our pets. And so you're right, we call it, it's customized but also personalized. And the personalized aspect is that when a pet parent fills out that profile about their pet, they can also upload a photo of their pet, and that photo prints directly on the package of food that's shipped to their house. And so when the package arrives, they open up the box, and there's a photo of their pet right on the package, and then the naming of the food is also, you're absolutely correct. People can name the food whatever they want. So in our case, our dog's name is Bella, and so we name it Bella's Delight. Another dog might be, Barkley. It could be Barkley's Bites. It could be any number of names, but it's a real fun novelty. It just adds that extra element of fun and passion. And I've talked to many of our customers who they make it a family affair. The naming of it and getting everybody involved, and then of course when the food arrives, the kids are as excited to see the package and share it and brag about it to their friends as the parents are.
Roger, what does Pawtree do if you have a pet? And right now we're just talking about dogs, but also address cats. But you have a dog that's under your veterinarian's care because it has a liver issue, a kidney issue, some type of a medical situation that presently needs to be fed a certain type of a diet. Is Pawtree able to assimilate that type of pet into the program?
Absolutely, but always with the counsel of the veterinarian that's advising the pet parent. So we never intend nor desire to replace the veterinarian, and it's really important that if you have a pet that is on some kind of a specific program or nutrition plan or medical attention, that anything you do with the pet's diet, that you consult your veterinarian. So what we've seen and what we would strongly recommend is, as in consultation with the veterinarian, that our food, our nutrition, our supplements, our treats are all such high quality, truly the finest quality for our pets, that almost every situation, the pet will be better off if they're eating our products or feeding on our products and being, benefiting from that nutrition. But there certainly are situations where, because of a particular, as you mentioned, whether it's kidneys or liver or something, where there really does need to be a very, very controlled and specific diet. And that really needs to be directed by the veterinarian. But, we found in most cases that there's still a wealth of, help that the Pawtree products can provide. But again, always done within the counsel and consultation of a veterinarian.
I've been chatting right now with Roger Morgan of Pawtree. This is just really very interesting. I love the idea. We're going to be talking about some other ideas they have on supplements that can help your pet. So we'll be right back after this short break.
Dyson. The new Dyson Animal Vacs are powerful bagless upright vacuums for homes with pets. Air muscle and radio root cyclone technology generates the strongest suction power to powerfully remove dust, dirt, and pet hair from the home or car. To order your Dyson Animal Vac, go to DysonDeals.com. DysonDeals.com to order your Dyson Animal Vac today.
Dyson. Music to your ears.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robin Gansert, President and CEO of American Humane Association, the country's first national humane organization. Here to tell you about our new show, Be Humane, on Pet Life Radio. Each week we'll be bringing you the latest news and issues affecting our animal friends, and we'll also be bringing you interviews with Hollywood's biggest animal advocates, here to share tales about their pets and what they're doing to promote a more humane world. Our own highly experienced staff and friends presidents of the organization will also join us each week to share what they're up to in the animal world. I hope you'll stop by. Until then, let's always remember to be humane.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. Welcome back to the Pet Doctor on Pet Life Radio with Dr. Bernadine Cruz. The doctor is in, and we'll see you now.
Roger, thank you very much. I mean, Paw Tree is really, I think, meeting a need that people maybe didn't realize existed. I love the fact that these are products you feel very comfortable feeding your pet. But then you also have quite a few different types of supplements because we know that it's more than just food to keep that pet vital and keep their overall health optimal. What are some of the products that Paw Tree is offering?
Well, we have a complete line of nutrition products, and I'll comment a little bit about a few of those products. That's really the flagship part of our product line because health and nutrition has the ability to impact so greatly a pet's life and through that a pet parent's life. So we really do focus and take great pride on our nutrition line, and that really is kind of the heart of our customized approach to nutrition. But we also have some other fun products, beds and bowls and leashes and collars and toys, etc. that also make it fun to shop and fun to kind of spoil our pets. But
we never do that with our pets. Never spoil them.
That's right.
Yes.
But back to the nutrition component of the products, it's amazing the impact, just like with our own human health. What goes into our bodies greatly affects our overall well-being, our health, our longevity, our energy, etc. And so it really is the same with our pets. And so it's been really fun as we've created this concept to also the timing of it, where we've got a human population that really is more interested in taking care of their own health, and it's translating to the health of our pets too. And so we have products, some of them are similar products that we might be taking for ourselves. So, for example, we have a wild Alaskan salmon oil, which is a terrific source of omega-3s and omega-6s in the right proportion for pets. And the incredible ability that salmon oil has to help on both the outside with skin and coat issues and softness of the coat and the fur, but also the inside, the cellular health.
I always say, Roger, that our mothers really were right when they said, cod liver oil is good for you. So in this case, salmon oil, because if I have a pet that has arthritic conditions, or skin conditions, things that are inflammatory in particular, I said, put them on fish oils. And the quality of the fish oil can make such a major difference. Are you really just putting oil into them? Or are you putting a supplement that can really be of assistance? So the quality makes a major difference.
It makes a huge difference, and ours is literally 100% wild Alaskan caught salmon oil. And one of the things that's also special about what we do with this product for pets is that our manufacturing facility only makes salmon oil for pets. So it's not like the humans get the good stuff and the leftovers go to the pets. We actually our facility only makes salmon oil for pets, and so the quality is there, and it really it's a great product, a great example of a product that can make a big difference in your pet's health. Another product that comes to my mind is one that I believe that you mentioned before, that you've mentioned to me before, that GI issues, kind of stomach issues are really prevalent, that you see a lot of that with pets.
It's a major problem with dogs and cats and GI issues. And you see it every day. And I think you're going to be talking about Gastro Pro Plus. And you were so kind before this was even launched to give me some. And I had a couple of dogs with just horrible blowout diarrhea, GI issues we could not get on top of. And been using this, and knock on wood, we've been seeing some just great responses.
Fantastic to hear. I'm excited about that. It's consistent with what experiences we've had elsewhere, and it's amazing. You see it in your practice, and you clearly see it from a different perspective than I do. But what I see is we're out talking to people and really talking with pet parents in their homes and other environments, is that people, they don't like to see their pet miserable, and when pets have GI issues or, diarrhea or bad gas. I mean, it's amazing. I'd say pretty much every time we get a group of pet parents together and talk about things, there's always at least one or two that say, man, my dog has awful gas. And this is a product that addresses all of those GI issues. I've never had a customer who's tried this and it hasn't improved or fixed that issue for people. So it's amazing when you see the impact that you can have on a pet's life and their health, and again, the impact that you have on a pet parent's life just by watching them feel better about what they're doing for their pet and knowing that they're doing the best and helping them. It really is something that goes far beyond the product, and it really is more, like I said outside of the show, it's a story of unconditional love and the love we have for our pets and the ability that we can give back to our pets in ways that they really can't give for themselves by helping educate ourselves and then get the right products to help with their overall health and nutrition.
And you're right about educating. So many people do not realize that the intestinal tract is the largest immune organ of the entire body. And our immune system, we know that if it's not healthy, we can't fight off diseases, we're not going to thrive, we'll just survive. So keeping that gut as healthy as possible with probiotics, the good bugs that are in the intestinal tract, the prebiotics, the ones that feed the probiotic bugs, these enzymes that help us break down the food and absorb it normally. All these things can make a difference. And yes, I had the black lab who had the killer farts that were paint peelers. So I wish I had something like this around. And speaking of joints, I know that you have Labradors, big dogs, and any dog can have arthritis, and they found that 1 in 5 adult dogs do suffer, oftentimes silently, with joint pain. So you also have a joint support product. Tell us about that.
That one's amazing. And if you've ever had a dog that has joint issues, hip issues, it can really be debilitating for that pet and sometimes debilitating for the family around the pet, and sad to watch a pet kind of suffer through that. And so we have a product that is just terrific. It's a glucosamine and chondroitin product that is, of course, like all of our products, all natural, and it is incredibly efficacious, but also incredibly tasty. And that's something that is really difficult to find on the marketplace today, and that's why we really spent the time to develop this one correctly, because there's a lot of product out there that is, typical hip and joint product that we have to kind of trick our pets into taking or disguise it in a, big glob of peanut butter or cheese or something like that.
And it doesn't do any good if you can't get it down. And your compliance, my desire to shove it down my dog's throat, no, I don't want to use it.
That's right. And it's so tasty. We actually did this in the form of a soft chew. And I was just at an event last night, and a customer was sharing with me that she has replaced her evening treat with one of our Joint Support Plus chews. And her dog loves it. Her dog knows it is coming every night and won't go to bed without it. But, truly, her dog looks forward to getting her Joint Support product because it tastes great. And so it really addresses a critical need out there in the marketplace. But the other thing that's interesting, you mentioned earlier that, it's not just for large breed dogs, that, really any size dog can have joint and, hip issues, but it's also a product that if you do it in advance of a condition happening, you can actually really help in the kind of being proactive in managing the pet's health, and it's something that you can give to a younger dog even before it gets to those older years and really aid in the overall health of the pet.
And that's great. And that's exactly what you're doing again, is you're educating the pet parent, because starting this, being proactive is so important, because I think too many people are under the misconception that when they say, oh, my dog has hip dysplasia, has arthritis now, oh, now is the time to start that glucosamine. It's like, no, it's too late. This isn't curing. What it does, I tell people, it's somewhat like a nutraceutical. It's a vitamin, building blocks of the cartilage that's in the joints, and we want to keep that as healthy as possible, as long as possible. And you were talking also about using this as treats, and sometimes people are really giving these they're tasty, but horrid empty calories to their pets. And Pawtree actually has some treats that are good treats, correct?
That's right. We've, taken it all the way. I mean, the nutrition concept for us goes all the way from food to treats, because we know people treat their dogs, and it's fun to treat the dog. I mean, it's actually one of the most interactive activities a lot of pet parents do with their dogs is to give them treats and rewards, and that's fun. That feels good to treat our pets.
Giving food is giving love, yeah.
That's right. And so what we really thought carefully about the types of treats that we develop, and again, of course, they're all natural, they're all made in the USA, but our treats are also fantastic from the standpoint. They taste delicious. They're all very high-quality protein sourced and very few ingredients. So we have 3 types of treats. One is from a freeze-dried process. Another is from a dry-roasted process. And then we also have something which really more of the concept, which is called the Treat of the Month Club. And so you can get any of our high-quality treats and either order them, just with the regular nutrition package that shows up at the house, or you can get on what we call the Treat of the Month. And that's just a way for us to surprise the pet parent and the pet each month with a different treat that shows up, always of the finest quality, always consistent with that Pawtree promise that I mentioned earlier. So all of the, the quality ingredients and made in USA, etc. But it's a way of getting variety and just having something different show up and allowing people to not feel guilty about treating their pets because the quality is so high that it's actually, adding the good health and nutrition of the pet, not taking away from it when you feed a paw treat.
So you still need to treat responsibly. You can still over-treat. So yes, I think that's great. Roger, you keep talking that Pawtree is delivered to the door, and some people listen going, but how do I find out about this? And this also must be extremely expensive to have this delivered to the house. Talk about the cost of the quality of what you're investing in your pet.
Yes, no, that's a great point, and it's interesting. Usually after I've finished a conversation or presentation to someone about the concept, they say, wow, you've basically taken the high road on everything. You've got this incredibly high-quality products, you've got incredibly high-quality ingredients, you've got, all of the proper claims, and the list of claims that we make on the products is, just really unmatched compared to others in the market. So you go through all that. It's grain free, protein's the first ingredient, real meat is the first ingredient, et cetera, et cetera. My pet's photo is on the package. I get to name it. It arrives at my door and ships directly to me. Wow, this must be expensive, is a comment I get. And it's surprisingly reasonable, it's surprisingly affordable, and the way I think of it, and it's just, I guess it's because I'm a father of 3 daughters, and I think about the cost of feeding, the other members of my family, and for most people, and of course it really depends on the size of the dog and how many dogs you might have in your family, but, for most people, you can feed your pet this high-quality nutrition plan delivered to your door for about $1 to $3 a day, depending on the size and so forth of the dog. And then by the time we, add potentially a few other supplements or some treats or things, maybe it ends up being $3 to $5 a day, something like that. But if
that's less than going to Starbucks and getting your coffee.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's just it's all in your perspective, I guess. And, and when people say, well, that might be a little bit more than I'm paying for my nutrition today, I think it's very typical that in life, in most things in our life, you get what you pay for. And what we are really, our mission is to educate and empower pet parents and really make a difference in the lives of the pets and the people. And you can't do that if you're cutting corners and trying to use fillers and other things to bring the cost of things down. So we've really taken the high road, but again, very reasonable.
And you're educating them through the social selling. Tell us about the social selling.
Oh, gosh, the social selling is, if there's not enough that's exciting and new and fresh and different about this, the social selling is kind of the cherry on the top, so to speak. So social selling, for those who are not familiar with social selling, is basically selling a product through word of mouth is really the easiest way to describe it. When you find something that you like and that you enjoy, it's natural to want to share it with others. And certain companies reward that behavior by creating an incentive or compensation plan to pay people or reward people for sharing it with others and referring the concept to others. And that's the only distribution model that we are using. So you won't ever find our product in a store. It's just not the model that we're choosing. The only way that our product is available is through someone else who's signed up to be one of our pet pros and is a licensed distributor, basically, to go share it, open up their mouth and share it with others. And we find that people share it in all kinds of settings, but one is in a party-like environment, and we call that a palooza. And people can come, into the home of a host and with other friends and like-minded pet parents and learn about the concept and purchase products that way. It might be, someone at over coffee learning about the concept and wanting to give it a shot. So there's any number of social settings that somebody could share the concept and sign up a customer. But that's the idea. You're right, social selling, and it's absolutely breakthrough. It's unlike anything that's been done in the market. And the reason that I chose social selling as the distribution model for this concept is because in my experience in the pet industry, you really have two sources of advice that you really listen to as a pet parent. And one is, we hope, you're a veterinarian, right? I mean, most people will.
I would hope so, yes.
I would hope so. I think generally people do. But the second is friends and families. It's people that you know and trust. And when someone you know and trust tells you, hey, I just got this new dog toy that is so fun and it works great, or I just tried this new pet treat and it's amazing, or I have a new, dog collar that works really well, or whatever it might be with respect to our pets, people will listen, and they'll listen and respect the advice from their friends and their family. And so that is really the model that we've chosen, rather than confusing people with yet another product on the retail shelf to go, compare and get confused about and ask a store associate for some information about. And boy, we love the store associates. I mean, I think people who work in pet stores have, generally a great heart and a great desire and probably love pets, but they're frankly not trained to know all the details of the 10,000 products that are in their store. And
Patri also educates the pet pro too. So that's a good thing. They're just not out there going, gee, I like this idea. I'd like to have social selling, but I don't know anything about nutrition. I don't know anything about these products. But you educate that pet pro so they can educate the pet parent.
Exactly. And we've really tried. We know people don't have time to become, total experts, and the people like you who have gone to veterinarian school, it's a huge, huge commitment, huge investment, and not everybody has the kind of time to really, of course, dig in that deeply. And so what we've tried to do is really simplify the message. We've got some great videos online on our website. We have great training in the back office for our pet pros, where they have access to a whole host of, training library on the things that they can quickly come up to speed on. And again, even the pet profile that I mentioned is online, and it allows the PhD in animal science that we work with, the veterinarians that we work with, the product developers that we work with. We built this algorithm that allows the right recommendation to be made for the right pet. So we're not expecting pet pros to be, to be fully trained veterinarians, but we do absolutely educate them and empower them to go out and educate others. And that's the way this model works, is it's just, one person tells another and so forth and so on. And it's a very, very powerful model.
And it's obvious that you are powerfully passionate about Patri. Roger, if people wanted to learn more about how to order the product or to become a pet pro, where can they go? What can they do?
Well, a couple of things, a couple of really easy ways to get involved, or at least to get some more information. For information just about becoming a pet pro and kind of getting involved from the business side of it, and wanting to share with others and get rewarded for it, the easiest thing to do is either to send an email to us at info@patri.com. or go to the website, and there's some good information there at pawtree.com that explains what it means to be a pet pro and what some of the perks and the compensation of being a pet pro, what that's all about. The other thing for people that might want to get involved as a customer, somebody that might want to give this type of customized nutrition a try with their pets, the first thing I'll say is I really hope you try it, and we've really built this concept in a way that is risk-free because we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. We've had so much success with people who try this concept, and they love it, and they see the results in their pet. And so there's really no risk to try it. If you try it and you don't like it, your pet doesn't like it, for any reason. We don't really even ask the reason, but we like to know, but you can get your money back. So this is about making a difference, and so I hope people would give it a try. And the best way to get involved as a customer is simply go again to the website or send an email to that email address, info@pawtree.com. The website.
And Roger, they can also go to our website because we'll have it on our website too. So we could keep going on forever and ever, I can tell, because there's so many wonderful things. We haven't even talked about cats. But Roger Morgan of Pawtree, thank you so much for being with us today. This is a great concept, and I do hope that people go to the site and learn more about pawtree.com.
Thank you, Dr. Cruz. Sure a pleasure to be on the show, and thanks for all your help.
My pleasure. So thank you very much for listening. This is Dr. Bernadine Cruz with The Pet Doctor. We'll have more information next week to make you the best possible pet owner that you can be. If you have any suggestions of material that you'd like me to cover, please contact me at The Pet Doctor, and I will gladly do so. Go to our website. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Pets can be a wonderful addition to your life because they're a member of the family. Keeping them healthy and happy is important. Pet Life Radio presents The Pet Doctor with veterinary media consultant and veterinarian Dr. Bernadine Cruz. Whether you have a dog, cat, reptile, or rabbit, you'll find answers for your pets straight from the vets. The Pet Doctor, on demand every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.